public transportation the quickest way to upward mobility? Yes, America, it is true. A recent study came out indicating that in more metropolitan areas where there's a bigger investment in public transportation infrastructure, there's a higher chance of class mobility. Now, the study is pretty groundbreaking, and here's what it says. It's sort of commonsensical, I gotta tell you. So it says that in areas where there are mixed populations, where there are mixed wealth populations, right? The poor mixed in with the rich, which you usually see in areas where there's a high, it's a high transportation corridor with more trains, more buses, metro rail, streetcars, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, cities like New York, cities like Chicago, cities like Washington, D.C., cities like San Francisco, cities like that, right? Salt Lake City, great transit system in Salt Lake City. If you've never seen it, you should check it out. It's amazing. Anyway, here's what it says. All else being equal, you have upward mobility if you live in a metropolitan area. Now, here's what it says. It's because there's a disbursement in income in a small area that is connected by various transit corridors like a train or a subway. What happens is a mixing in the classes. So rich people take the subway in New York, and so do poor people. They all take the subway. That mixing allows for more job opportunities for the poor, and it also allows for more, cultural aspiration. You see a rich person on the metro, and you want to be that person. So it's there's some psychological stuff there too. But the study is pretty damning, right? And it also indicates that, for example, Atlanta, and this is a city where it's not happening, the most common lament seems to be, and this is quoted directly from the study, seems to be precisely that the concentration in poverty, extensive traffic, and weak public transit system makes it difficult to get to job opportunities. When poor communities are segregated, everything about life is a little bit harder. So if all poor people live together and they can't get out of their poor community, maybe because they can't afford a car, they can't afford the high price of gas, they're sort of locked in there. And when you're locked in there, it's like being locked in a pressure cooker. And then you continue to get poor, or you continue to become more cooked. But the statistics are pretty real here. So to be risen to the top 1/5 of wealth earners, you have a 9.8% chance of that happening to you in New York, a 9.8% chance of that happening to you in Boston, a 6.1% chance of that happening to you in Chicago, and in Atlanta, a 4.0% chance. What this means, America, bottom line, if we can have a true and real conversation about transportation reform and truly creating a public good that grows the economy, a public good that creates jobs, and more importantly, a public good that creates class mobility. That public good is a public transit system that works. Guaranteed right-of-ways, underground rails, light rails, so on and so forth. You create a system like that, America, you can truly fundamentally change this country. And I would add to that, think about now if you can connect high population corridors with high population corridors through high-speed rail. I'm not talking about a Acela, I'm talking about real high-speed rail, like the type that you see in Japan and China, 800 miles an hour, 500 miles an hour, connecting a high corridor, say for example, Chicago, with another high population corridor, Milwaukee, and you can do that in 20 minutes, 20-minute connection, boom. You have now instantly created new pockets of upward mobility, new pockets of wealth mobility. And we know this one thing to be true. Every economist agrees. When you have a bigger middle class and a middle class that can spend more discretionary income, more spending power, more buying power from a middle class, you create a better, richer class. You create a better 1%, a more richer 1% would be the word, right? And you create a smaller working class. We can do this, America, but it requires that we truly make an investment in America's greatest resource, its people. Hey, Fowler Nation, the best thing you can do to support this channel is by clicking that subscribe button. And I got a secret for you. If we get to 1,500 subscribers, we will drop a special behind the scenes video just for you, Fowler Nation. That's how much I love you.